Well, howdy do. I'm Pal Jamesy, and this video is going to be a bit of a different one, actually. So, I'm a massive Five Nights at Freddy's fan, as you may know. And with the release of the second film later this year in December, I want to do a little video predicting the events of this film. I should clarify, this will be less of a theory video and more of a speculation video, if that makes any sense. Basically, I don't have a lot of evidence for these predictions, since as of recording this, there's only 2 trailers to work with, but I figured despite the limited info we have, I might as well step on up to the challenge.
You gotta step on up.
So, how is this video going to work? Well, basically, it's going to be split into 3 categories, each with their own chapter of the video. So you can go through each chapter and skip between different categories if you want to. I don't care. So there's the safe predictions, the kind of middle of the road predictions, and the more far-fetched predictions, if you will. So to put it simple, we will start with the things that will obviously happen, and slowly get weirder and less believable with our predictions, but I will try to defend my theories to the best of my ability, because it's all what I genuinely think is going to happen, so I'll try my best. But yeah, so please sit back, grab a snack, get comfortable, of course, stay hydrated, and enjoy the show.
Well, howdy do. It's Editor Jamesy here, and I was halfway through editing this video, and then Blumhouse and Universal decided to drop the second trailer while I was editing this video. So I'm gonna get into it a bit. I'll talk about this in more detail later in the video, so just stay tuned for that. Make sure you stay for that part of the video at the end. Retention. But as of recording this, the trailer has released, though I haven't actually seen it yet. I have a lot of thoughts, but when I was recording this video and writing it and halfway through editing it, I had not seen that second trailer. It had not released yet. So these predictions will not include any evidence or details from this second trailer, and that also means that maybe some of my theories have changed since that trailer released, but I'm gonna get into that a little bit more around the end of this video. You'll know when. Anyway, yeah, enjoy.
Number 1. Toy animatronics will not be possessed. So this is probably my most obvious prediction. I think the toy animatronics will just be AI, or malfunctioning AI, or AI that's coded to behave the way they are. I think it'll just be AI. That is what I believe happens in the games, and I think it will be the same here in the movie. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of evidence to support this, but I don't really think I need to defend this one very much. That's why it's at the top of my list. I feel like it's the most obvious one. Number 2. The Wither animatronics are the same animatronics in the first FNAF movie. Okay, so whether or not you believe this is the case in the games, you have to think about it as a movie. It would be a lot easier to make them the same animatronics, just torn apart, than to explain to movie audiences who aren't FNAF fans that there's a whole other version of the pizzerias and introduce more animatronics that will already be in the film. Then you have to get the info of if they're possessed or not, and then if they are, you have to introduce new kids, and it would be a whole mess. Also, thematically, it would make a lot more sense to just have the damaged animatronics he encountered be the ones he's going to fix.
This story that you're gonna fix those animatronics, it's only giving her false hope.
And yeah, as a theorist, I wouldn't be happy about the design inconsistencies either, guys. This video isn't what I want to happen, it's what I think will happen. So whether or not I like my own predictions, it is what I think will realistically happen. But then again, when is FNAF ever realistic? Number 3. The Faz Talker is the puppet communicating with Abby. Again, I don't really have much of a reason. I just think it would make the most sense that the one leading her to the FNAF 2 location is kind of, as I will explain later, the leader of the animatronics in this movie. And even if she's not the leader, she's the most intelligent ones in the game, so yeah.
The others are like animals, but I am very aware.
Number 4. Skeet Ulrich will play Henry Emily. I mean, that was the original leak, and the fact he was in it at all ended up being right, and I mean, the man basically confirmed it himself.
I was so excited when you were announced as William Afton and you as... Can I say that name? Henry Emily.
You can, I can't.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want Stu and Billy from Scream also being William Afton and Henry Emily in FNAF? That would be so cool. Number 5. We will not only see Charlie Emily's death, but I think it will actually be the cold open of the film. Okay, so we see who I believe to be Audrey LeMarie in the trailer, and alongside Skeet Ulrich's leak of being Henry Emily in the film, she was said to be playing Charlotte Emily. Also, we need a good cold open for the film. Just like the first movie opened with the Night Guard's death to establish the basic concept of the Night Guard having to survive the killer animatronics. And if my next theory is correct, then Charlie, and in turn the puppet, is arguably the most important thing to set up for this film. Number 6, the end credit scene. Okay, so I think the credit scene, or actually the ending scene, it could be either, honestly. Anyway, I think it will be Springtrap's awakening. We fade to the old rotten yellow rabbit's hand, moving after shaking and dying for years. I don't think it'll be 30 years, because then Mike and Abby would all be, and Vanessa would all be way too old. I just don't think it, and Henry, because I think he'll be in the third movie as well. And they'll all way too old. Anyway, after shaking and dying for years, and he gets up, or it could just be he moves and cut to black, and I think, I think there's 2 possibilities for the next part. We hear the audio.
I always come back.
Or we hear,
You're not gonna believe this. We found one. A real one.
teasing the 3rd FNAF movie, following the events of FNAF 3 with Phone Dude, Fazbear Frights, and Springtrap. And you may be saying, wait, what? Why do you think Phone Dude will have an appearance in this movie? Well, we'll get to that later. Also, I just would like to say, this isn't written in my script, but I would like to say, I know that was a pretty big, substantial prediction, but I'm very, very confident in that. So that's why it's fairly high. I mean, this list, these categories aren't ranked in how believable I think it is, like how confident I am in it. It's how well I think people will take these theories. So, bottom of the list is my probably most controversial ones. Anyways, number 7. The puppet, and in turn Charlie, will be the main antagonist of the film. Okay, so personally, I think this is a very obvious theory. Like, this is the one I am the most confident in. Since this focuses on the FNAF 2 animatronics, and I always kind of saw the puppet as the leader of those animatronics, since she's kind of seems to be very protective over the spirits and the kids and the animatronics or whatever. And again, she is the most intelligent. So if she is, I really saw her as the main antagonist of FNAF 2, since she was kind of, you could take it as Purple Guy being the main antagonist, but I don't think, since the main story of FNAF 2, the main face value story, doesn't focus around William, I would kind of say the puppet is probably the main antagonist of that second game. So I think it's only natural that the puppet will be the antagonist of the second film as well. But the reason it's so low is because a surprising amount of people I talked to argued otherwise. So me defending this theory will actually be me explaining why it is not William Afton. Okay? I know that was kind of a big claim. Because, he's William Afton, he's the main antagonist of the series, he's the Voldemort of the series. But no, I don't think William, as much as I absolutely love William, like, while I'm recording this, I've literally got my U2's Spring Bonnie, Springtrap plush, right next to my Glitch Trap shoulder rider, sitting, that I just arrived, hashtag not sponsored. So I love William. I hate him as a person, but as a character, I love him. As much as I would love to see him as the main antagonist, I don't think it will be him. I think it'll be a puppet. So, my reasoning for that is, he was the main antagonist of the first film, but I don't expect it to be the same for this film. Matthew Lillard said that he has as much, if not even less, screen time in this movie, and he barely had any in the first film. Oh wait, that actually brings me to my next few predictions. That's a good segue. Number 8. The puppet gives Vanessa nightmares. So I feel like it's pretty obvious that there will be flashbacks, but I have had some people argue about why these flashbacks will happen and what is in them. So we see the puppet and Vanessa together multiple times in the trailer, and to me it's pretty clear that these flashbacks are Vanessa's nightmares tormenting her with, memories of William. Also, this clip of the puppet and Vanessa is clearly a part of the nightmare sequence, since this clip of William in the nightmare sequence looks like the same scene as this puppet. And I don't know, to me this just feels like actual puppet and not a nightmare of the puppet. I don't really have a lot of evidence for that, but it's just kind of a hunch. To my knowledge, I don't think we've seen the puppet inducing nightmares into people, but this is just what I know. I know editor JMG will correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I just think it's the puppet giving Vanessa these nightmares. Let me quickly just stay on my thoughts on these flashbacks for a bit. Number 9. William will only be in the flashbacks. Oh, and obviously the credit scenes I mentioned. So I'm not happy about this either. I love seeing as much William Afton as we can, but I think William Afton's inclusion will only be in these flashbacks. With the runtime just announced, so as recording this, the runtime was just announced for the film, and I'm putting it up on screen because I can't remember as of recording this, and I forgot to write it in my script for some reason. Nice. But with the amount of stuff they have to introduce and set up with new characters and story beats, and even more if my theories are right, and Matthew Lillard's screen time, he said, I just don't see where William could fit into the film besides his Yellow Rabbit flashbacks, which we've seen clips of in the trailer. So yes, I'm saying William Afton will not only be the main antagonist, I think he won't even be in the film except for flashbacks and nightmares. I know. Look, I'm just the theorist. Don't blame me. Blame Scott or Jason or Emma, whoever. Actually, no, don't blame them, because it's their vision. They're gonna cook. I trust them. They're gonna cook. Number 10. Charlie wants revenge on Vanessa. Okay, so it's not necessarily that far-fetched that she would want revenge, but it's the reason why she wants revenge, which is the reason I put this in this chapter. I think Charlie and Vanessa were friends back in the day, before Charlie was killed, obviously. I mean, two little girls, presumably around the same age, whose fathers worked together, so they at least knew each other, but I mean, it's little kids who have no social awareness, like any little kids do. I mean, their parents were working late on animatronics, we have photos of Vanessa at the pizzeria. Charlie dies at the pizzeria because they were both there, probably there along with their parents working. So a little bored kid is gonna play with the other little bored kids. I mean, realistically, little kids play with random people they meet. They're gonna hang out realistically. I think they were friends, and honestly, if they're not, I think that's actually a really cool plot detail that Blumhouse and Scott missed out on. Like, that's a cool plot detail. And if that's not what's happening, that's just Scott and Blumhouse kind of missed out, I think. Why was I talking about this? Oh yeah! Was I think Charlie is probably either at her friend's dad for murdering her, or it's because she's, Vanessa's in Afton and she just wants to take revenge on William by, like, on the Afton maid. So it's either a thing of taking revenge on the Afton maid, or taking revenge on Vanessa for not intervening or not doing anything about her father. One of those two. Number 11. Phone Dude's appearance. I personally think we've already seen Phone Dude in the movie. Okay, so hear me out, guys, hear me out. Hold off. Stop. Pause writing your angry comment in the comments. Where else did you write it? Just hear me out for a second. So we see two O'Brien, and McKenna Grace's character as some paranormal investigators. They seem to be friends of Freddy, or at least have done their research, and are in the pizzeria exploring the location with Freddy Carter's character, who is presumably the night guard of this pizzeria. I think one of the members of this group, the group of investigators, will be Phone Dude. Okay, listen, I'm not saying that in the movie McKenna Grace will be going around like,
Hey man, okay, I have some awesome news for you. First of all, we found some vintage audio training cassettes. Dude, these are like prehistoric.
like, I don't think Phone Dude will be one-to-one or even be in the film. When I say Phone Dude, I mean a stand-in, a character with a similar premise and doing the same thing as the character in the game. I'm pretty sure both McKenna and Theo's characters will die. Like, 100% they will die. I'm pretty certain they will die. But if they do survive, I think whoever does survive will have this role, and if not, it will be someone in their group or connected to them who just isn't there with them. Number 12. Okay, so this is probably my least evidence-based prediction, but it's the one I'm the most passionate about, okay? Fazfest. Fazfest, Fazfest, this like Freddy's fan event which seems to be going on in the movie. Fazfest will be owned or created by Phone Dude. Okay, hear me out. I mean, Fazbear Fright, which he owned and / or worked there. So come on, Fazbear's Fright, an attraction presumably not actually affiliated with Fazbear Entertainment, made by the fans for them to go and remember all the memories and tragedies of Freddy's with items and animatronics from old locations walking around. Either that's just a huge coincidence, that that's basically the same concept, or it was made by the same person / people. Also, I think it's kind of silly that presumably a lot of people will die at the fan event that is supposed to help people reminisce about the thing you're a fan of, so then later make a new one to reminisce over the deaths and tragedies. Like come on, dude, it's cash grab. Okay, look, I know there's quite a lot of things I didn't get into in this video because if I didn't have enough time, or there's just not a lot of details for me to come up with an answer that I'm not 100% happy with. Because I have a lot of loose ends and a lot of loose theories that I was working on, but if I'm not 100% confident in it, I don't want to release it to the public, because I want to have full theories for you. Or, yeah, I want to have full theories with you, unless I could come out and be like, this is what I have so far, but could you help me work this out? But a lot of those kind of loose end theories ended up going into directions where I thought, like, no, I don't think this is, I started disagreeing with myself. But anyway, like, there's a lot of things I didn't get into. Like, for example, why are the animatronics going around to random places killing people? Why did they bring Abby to the pizzeria? What is the puppet's motive? Who the f*** is this guy's deal? What's Henry's role in all of this? Why is Mike in the office if presumably Freddy Carter is the night guard? What even is the narrative purpose of FazFest? What cameos do I think will be included? Who is the mysterious animatronic that Piper Rubio, Jasper of Happy, apparently freaked out about? Why are the wizard animatronics in this location? What do the wizards even do in the story? Most importantly, is Toy Chica William Afton?
Toy Chica.
Sorry, I got a little too intense for that, but anyways, I mentioned this because obviously I don't have all the answers. Still, not enough is known about this film for me to answer all the questions you have, or all the questions I have even. So, I plan to come back to this and create even more series once presumably a final or second trailer releases with a part 2 to this video. And also please remember, my guesses, my predictions are just that, guesses, okay? I will probably get, and I will like almost 100% get a couple of them wrong, because I can't, like, I'm not a prophet, I can't get everything 100% correct, but that's the point of this video, to theorize, to start a discussion, and to see what you will think. So please do that. Leave a comment below. Do you agree with any of my predictions? Do you disagree with any? And why do you disagree? And what predictions do you have of your own? I'd love to hear. Or talk to me on my Discord, or in the chat, the live chat of one of my Twitch streams. I would love to hear what you have to say. But yeah, that's kind of it. Doodles! Also, by the way, please let me know if you like this style of video. I'm wanting to try out something new. I'm not asking you to like and subscribe. Only do that if you want to. I'm just asking to give me some feedback, because if you like it, I want to do more of this kind of content, because I'm enjoying it. And yeah, please give me some constructive criticism. I greatly appreciate it. Have a good day.